Enjoy yourself.
Thanks.
Okay, morning everyone. Now you're back from your NCS trip. How was it, Saskia?
It was very exciting. There were new experiences. It's very fun.
Okay, what experiences did you sort of witness?
Like activities?
Yeah.
Well, they've got names like Descendant, 3D, Swing, Equilibrium, Abseiling.
Okay. So, just following on from what Tia has said, Josh, what sort of skills did you sort of develop?
It made us work together as a team in the team-based activities, communication, like on Jacob's Ladder, you had to work with your partner to get right to the top.
Right, okay. And Natalie, of those skills that Josh has just listed, were any of those that you felt, were quite low?
The Jacob's Ladder one, I was with Tia and she was speeding ahead and I couldn't catch up, and so maybe we weren't the best pair.
Okay. And of those skills then, Jamie, what did you think were quite, high? What did you come away with feeling yes?
My confidence has definitely improved from the trip. Time management as well.
Okay.
So the trip has definitely helped with skills.
Right. Because no doubt you mentioned time management. I mean, how did that relate to all the activities that you had to do?
We had Tom as our team leader, so
Right.
every time we were late, for every minute we were late was 10 minutes that we had to stay or get up early. So
Okay.
to avoid punishment, our time management definitely improved.
Okay, Saskia. How would you use these skills that you've developed to be a national citizen now?
I think I can communicate better now that I've been there. So I think I have gained more confidence in people. So I don't really know how I've become a better citizen.
Okay. Do you know, Natalie? I mean, how do you think, this experience?
I don't know.
Does any of your group know? Just think about some of the skills, some of the activities, some of the skills that you've developed, because it's about social action. So
the skills are definitely going to help, like in future. So, like the communication skills when we go to do our project, it's going to help us to go out into the public and do it better.
Okay. Would you agree with that, Tia?
Yeah, definitely. Because
Why would you agree?
like working with a group, we was with people like we didn't know, so we've like come together as a group, and you obviously got to have that when you go out. You're not going to know everyone, so you're going to have to use them skills to like get to know people and work better with people that you don't know.
Okay. Do you find there'll be opportunities for you to use your skills, Josh?
Well, with the project that we've just undertaken where we're doing a social event, obviously we're going to have to use all the skills based from the trip, because we'll be arranging an activity or service for members of the public. So without working together as a team, we're never going to be able to achieve that.
Okay. Did you have any low moments, Saskia?
I'm very afraid of heights, and so some of the moments were quite scary for
Maybe
me.
bullied you a bit.
Yeah.
Who did so?
I did.
Okay.
I was kind of forced, but in the end, I know that it was a good experience. Like, I'm happy that people bullied me into it.
Because everything was a team punishment, so if one person didn't do it, we all got punished for it. So I was like, Saskia, you are climbing Descendant, because we don't want to get up at 6:30.
But it kind of bonded us more. Like, I know that if I get stuck, I can go to Natalie and she'll help me. I know if I get like a little bit worried and a little bit like shaky and a little bit worried, I can go to Jamie and she'll talk me into it. So it's bonded us more.
Exactly. Great. I mean, I'm a bit hesitant about your bullying, but maybe heavily
Emotional
persuaded Saskia.
Yeah.
So, would any of you attend this type of activity again? Particularly, I mean, I know Josh, you haven't been there. This is your first time you've been there. So, would you do it again?
I'd go to a different location, but I'd definitely attempt activities again.
Okay, Tia, sorry.
The activities themselves were good, like, yeah, So yeah, I would. Just maybe another location.
Different location.
Yeah, somewhere more suited to our age.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. What was, apart from the fact you've mentioned your age, why do you think it wasn't suitable for your age?
There were so many younger children there, and a lot of the time I felt really bad. I thought we were intimidating them just by like walking past them. Because when I was like 10, if there was a group of like 16, 17, 18-year-olds, I would not want to be like acting myself. And I didn't want them to not have fun because of us being there.
But in society, it's diverse and you're going to get younger people than yourself. So how would you manage that then?
It wouldn't be a group of like 80 of us and a class of like 15, 20 of them.
Okay. Anything to add? I mean, what would you advise the next cohort who are planning to come on this trip? Have you got any sort of top tips?
Bring clothes that you hate.
Yeah.
Bring clothes that you hate,
Prepared
okay.
to get muddy.
Be prepared to get muddy.
Be prepared to bring your own food. Like if sometimes we needed to snack. So, no, not in a bad way. Sometimes we needed to snack, and like just after an activity you were feeling a bit hungry, so just bring an apple or something.
A quick salad.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
don't bring your own meals. Like just snacks.
Okay.
Definitely bring snacks.
Right, Jamie?
Make sure you bring your phone out,
Right, okay.
because we have to make a lot of evidence. It's important that you take it out. If you don't take it out, you're a bit stuck.
Okay. And Jamie? Anything?
I've got nothing to interject.
Nothing at all. Okay
No.
then. Great, thank you. Right, hello. I hear you just got back from your NCS trip. How was it, Zach?
Amazing.
Okay, what was amazing about it?
All the activities that we had to do, such as team challenge, descender, going down the zip line, and Jacob's ladder. There's loads of them.
Okay, so talk about Jacob's ladder, Sean, and what did you find? How did you find it?
It was quite difficult because as the logs you had to climb up in pairs with, it's based on teamwork, so you had to help each other up the ladders, and as you went up they got further and further apart. So you had to use teamwork and different skills to get as high as you can on the ladder.
Okay, so in terms of the teamwork skills that you were developing, Josh, how did you find that?
Teamworking, well, I thought the communication, all of our communication skills got a lot better on the trip. And I think, I don't know, when I went on the trip before, I only had like 3 people I knew here
Okay.
before I actually went on the trip. But I've come back and I've spoke to a lot more people, and it's just literally through being with each other for like 3 days. You get to know each other, and all the activities helped us really.
Right. Do you agree with what Josh has said? That,
Yeah, I do agree. I've come back with loads of new friends.
Right. So going forward then, Tom, do you think you can become a national citizen?
Now that I've done the trip, I believe that I could. Before the trip, I think after we do the project, it will be a lot easier because young people aren't recognised as well as what they should be for the work that we do. Like, everyone thinks we're lazy, but we're not. Because
Okay.
a lot of us are in full-time education with part-time jobs. But now giving back to the community, it will show that we do actually care.
Okay. So how do you think you can give back to the community, Zach?
Well, we're thinking of ideas now really, and we've come up with a few. There's one thing of just getting, old people and kids into the college, and we've got so many facilities here that we could use, and they could use them as well. Such as there's the animal care, so they could go see some of the animals, pet the animals. The Astro, you could get a little 5-a-side for the kids and stuff like that.
Okay, so you're making use of all the facilities the college has. Sean, do you have anything to add in terms of how you can become a national citizen?
Working as a community, bringing more people into North Arts, getting students, pupils from secondary schools more interested in coming to the college through the activities here.
Okay. Josh, do you volunteer at all in the community?
Volunteer?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Would you want to? Do you think it could add any value?
I don't really have the time, to be honest.
Okay.
I've got my work, I've got college, so not right now, maybe in the future, but not right now.
Okay. Selena, do you think volunteering could enhance your
Yeah, I do.
social? In what
Yeah.
way?
It looks good on a CV. It looks
Okay.
good when you go to uni
Why does it look good on your CV?
because it shows that you're caring.
Okay.
And also, I don't I do think it looks good though, yeah.
Okay, do you volunteer, Tom?
No, I don't.
Is it something that you might want to look into in the future?
I'd consider it, but only for, I wouldn't personally just want to go into like a charity shop and then just work in there for a few hours, because while it helps, I think that there'd be better ways of volunteering to better the community.
Because you've undertaken a range of activities when you were on NCS, and even perhaps just getting involved in a community centre, helping young kids, not necessarily in an idyllic rural place where you went, but even just if it is sort of local, albeit, you know, within the town centre.
I definitely would volunteer. I think it's very rewarding.
Okay.
You can gain some valuable skills from it.
What skills can you gain from that, Sean?
Well, you can gain, you can get to know the people around you. You can, I don't really think right now.
It depends what you're doing, like what volunteering you're doing. So
Yeah.
Okay.
You can,
So just tell me a little bit more about NCS. What was the age range of the other pupils that you were working with?
we're all kind of the same age, aren't we? Most of
Okay.
us.
Everyone from our college was 16 to 18,
Right.
but other students there were 8 to 10.
Okay. So think about that age range. Is that an age range you would perhaps want to work with if you were to volunteer? I mean, do you think you could bring any of your strengths to that particular cohort of younger children, perhaps?
I think it's good. I think you can show other people at our age that aren't as privileged what you've achieved.
Okay. Just going forward then, did you have any low moments?
Oh,
Food.
I'll go for Josh. Any low moments?
Yeah. As soon as I got off the coach, I had an argument with someone, and also the food was rank. The food was actually dirt.
The argument you had with someone, did you rectify it? What skills
Oh
did you
yeah,
use to
straight
pacify it?
away. Oh no, it was
Well
just
done.
it was just literally we was on the bus and I was having a bit of banter with one of my mates that I've known for a long time, and then like he thought I was taking it. Like, he thought that I was taking the pee. I can't swear in here. Yeah, taking the pee.
Mm-hmm.
But and then straight soon as we got off the coach, we sorted it out. But those were my only low moments.
Okay.
And also, I didn't really like the restrictions either. Like
We were crying.
not being able to like go out at like sort of 10 o'clock, 9:30. Like I thought that wasn't very good, because I'm in. Well, most people here will be in a rhythm of like being able to go out for a cigarette when they would like, and so it's different being in that situation where you can't actually do what
you're like out of your comfort zone, really.
Yeah.
I'll put this to you then. In the workplace, I have to work 9 to 5. I can't just go out for a cigarette. So how would you manage a situation like that then, Tom?
I think the main difference was that for NCS it was it 72 hours straight that we weren't allowed to do what we want, and we were very restricted. Well, not very restricted, but we were restricted to a sense that we always had someone watching us to make sure that we didn't misbehave in a way that they personally wouldn't like. Whereas if you were in a job,
You can go home
you
and
you end up going home, and then you can then do what you want. So you're not restricted for a few days, day in, day out, like hour for hour. Yeah.
So what did you learn from that 72-hour period where you couldn't do what you want?
Just get on with it, kind of, to be honest, because you're there, you're not going back until Thursday, so just kind of get on with it, and yeah.
So getting on with it, just linking to you now, Sean, qualities that one would need. how did you manage that then?
I tried to learn new skills and things to help me through the 72 hours while I was there, so I could just accept it and appreciate the time.
Okay, so if you were to speak to another cohort who are going to NCS tomorrow, what would you advise? One from each. What would you advise? What would you tell them?
Probably take a lot of their own food.
Okay.
Take their own pillow, blanket, mattress. Yeah.
Right, so some of the facilities, home comforts there.
How unhelpful was that?
Sean?
I tell them to not argue with what people work with, just accept it and get on with it.
Okay, I like that.
Don't go.
Right, interesting. Why not, Josh?
Because as soon as I got there, it just honestly it looked like prison camp. As soon as we walked in there was barbed wire all over the fencing. It looked like there was no escape. Honestly, it was horrible. So.
It wasn't that bad, Jesus
No, I
Christ.
Did you see the
Yeah, I
gates?
did, but-
It honestly looked like a prison camp, I'm being serious, and the moment I got in there I knew I wasn't going to like it. And the activities were fine, but I wasn't a fan of the rooms,
Yeah, but you make the best out of a bad situation. There's no
Yeah,
point
of
in
course,
sitting around and being miserable.
yeah, but if I had the choice, obviously I didn't have the choice because you had to go because it was part of the course, but if I had the choice I would have rather stayed at home.
Interesting. You've just said you make the best of a bad situation.
Yeah, there's no point
Why
in sitting
did you
around
say
being
that?
miserable.
Mhm.
I know because I was in a room full of 8 girls and we was all moody, emotional, crying, fighting over the mirror, fighting over the hairbrushes, and in the end, you just get on with it because you're sort of fed up. But then you think, well, why am I being miserable? I have to be here.
You rise
So there's
above
no
it.
point. Yeah, there's no point in being depressed and sad about it because then you're just going to make all your other teammates bad and depressed about it, and then you're all just going to go downhill when you want to go up, not down.
Excellent. And Tom, what would you advise a cohort?
Partake in everything that's offered to you.
Just do it. Just go in there and do it.
Excellent. Have you got anything to add?
Oh, actually, I've one thing. Just what you said on to me. Would you have rather stayed at home?
Yeah, but I'm glad that I've done it because I overcome my fear of heights.
If you could turn
And
back,
I did enjoy it.
if you could turn back the clock,
Yeah, but think of the
would you have
friends.
stayed at home?
No, because think of the friends
No.
that we came home with, and
Yeah.
we've all
Yeah.
came together so much more.
Yeah, yeah.
We
It's also
have.
sad because she's
You-
made friends with me.
No, but you just said before you left, you had about 3 people here that you knew.
Yeah.
And now you came back. How many more
Yeah,
people?
no, I'm
did you
saying that's what I'm
socialise
saying. The
with?
activities were good because I made a lot of friends.
Yeah.
I spoke to a lot more
But
people.
even though
But if I
it
had
was
the choice, I
Like
would
with
have
food
stayed at
and
home.
stuff, but then you've only got packed with 3 days and then you come home and you can have some nice food.
It's
I
been
would have
sound
rather
like you
worked
when you were
though.
there.
Yeah, but then I got over it and then I was perfectly fine.
Right, so you've taken away, you've overcome your fear of
Yeah.
heights. What have you
Yeah, same.
taken away?
You did not.
Yes, I did. I jumped off everything.
No, you did.
The only thing that I didn't do was Jacob's ladder.
Yeah. So
So
You
you
did go
overcame
on to
your
the first
fear
one.
of heights. What did you gain from it? Something positive.
I've made a lot. Patient. Oh yeah, I'm a lot more patient now.
How do you measure that then? How do you know you've only been back?
I got frustrated with people a lot quicker at the start, whereas now I'm a lot more calm and relaxed when working in a team.
Zach, what have you gained from your visit?
Adaptive thinking, really, actually, because we had to do this team challenge thing, and there's different ways of doing it, kind of thing, and you have to, be quick at the same time. What else is there? Time management, because you've only got a certain time to do certain things as well. And I've also, I don't know, that's about it, actually. Yeah.
It's a
It's
lot.
quite a lot. Yeah.
Quite a lot in a few days.
I also overcame fear of heights because I was petrified before I went, and I got over them when I went down the abseiling and rock climbing, and I also, like that, adapted to situations quite well.
Excellent. Josh.
I've just been thinking about, I've forgotten the right word. It's like where you're in a situation and you have to just make do with it. What's
Make
it
the
called?
best of a bad
Improv.
situation.
Yeah.
Improvise.
Yeah, improvising, that's the one. Yeah, that's it. And patience. Yeah, not more patience.
Excellent. Thank you. Right. Right, guys. So that you, right, can I have you in line with
Oh,
the
feel
chair. So
free to,
Louis,
I've just done
yeah,
that.
Louis, I'm going to just do excellent. Well done. Right, you kind of sort of stand, don't shuffle around too much. So we should be okay.
Let me check how I look like.
Alright.
It's recording.
Thank you. Right, you're going to tell me all about your few days when you went to NCS. But, you know, you're going to tell me what you've done, but you're also going to reflect on it. So I'll guide you with a load of questions. Alright? So, just come back from SCS. What did you learn, Ellie?
Learn a lot of team working skills, how to motivate other people.
And how do you motivate other people?
Encourage them to try and do their best.
Okay. So Lewis, just linking on from what Ellie has said, did you have to work with anyone where you had to encourage them to partake in a particular activity?
Yeah, like doing all the scary stuff, like helping people like get through it and do it.
What scary stuff?
Jumping off buildings and stuff.
You jumped off buildings?
Like the thing where you have to jump off it.
What's the name?
Descender,
Yeah,
that's it. Like, you have to
Descender,
walk
right.
off this thing and like you think you're gonna fall, but then it helps you.
Okay. So how did you feel about that then?
Scared.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any activity that you feared, Menashe?
I feared Descender because I'm afraid of heights. So I had to climb up and then just drop off. I was never felt that feeling in my life before. It was just scary.
Just give me an idea of what the actual range was, the actual
I can't remember.
depth was.
No.
It was like 25 or 30.
Yeah, 50 foot.
So
No, it wasn't 50, it was like 30.
Was it like jumping off the top?
Yeah, like double that.
Right.
Mm.
Wow. Brooklyn, what skills or did you find that you had to kind of really work on? To develop?
I developed confidence because I've got like a really bad fear of heights, but with like the support and encouragement of like my teammates and kind of like helping one another, and it kind of helped me overcome it a lot.
What sort of how many were you? Is this your team?
Yeah, there were 16 of us.
Yeah.
So there's there's only 4 of you today, so no doubt others have been split up. Just thinking about some of the skills that you've now learned, Ellie, how can those skills help you to be a national citizen? Think about it. Anyone want to come in?
I think by learning kind of to work better in a group and like kind of to overcome things, if like people do have phobias like or fears whatever, by encouraging them, supporting them and kind of reassuring them that everything's going to be okay, then you're able to help them.
Okay, so when you said transporting them, helping them to overcome their fears, who helped you to overcome your fears of heights?
No, basically, like we're in as we said, we're in our groups, and then we had there were some people that were scared of heights, so we could just talk through it together, and then we could go up there together. And I'm saying, so obviously we understood like we're scared, so it made it a bit easier because you had someone to talk to and explain why you're scared as in groups.
How did you feel, Lois, then? Because you said it helped you to overcome your fears. So who did you work with?
It was more like everyone else doing it, like see them do it, get them over like the fear of it, like that made me do it.
Okay, so
Like, so it's all safe and everything, yeah.
Okay. Other skills that people tend to develop communication. Did any of you find that?
Yeah.
Also, you work with. How did you?
I got communication skills. I was put in a group where I didn't even know hardly anyone apart from Ellie. So obviously I had to make new friends. It was like a different environment for me.
So how did you make those new friends? What did you do? Did they come to you?
No, we had to. We played some games, and obviously we started talking. So we started finding if we had the same interests as each other. I didn't know Brooke, and I didn't really know Lewis that much. But now when I come back, I speak to him on a daily basis now.
So just thinking about those skills now, how would you? Is there any advice you would give to anyone going to NCS? What advice would you give someone else going out there, another cohort?
I'd definitely say go with people who like you don't really know who you want friends with, because you're able to build a friendship, and by going with people that you know, you kind of know everything about them, you know what they like and don't like, whereas when you go with people you don't know, you're kind of getting to know them and doing something different with a different person.
Okay. Any advice you would give to a new cohort?
I would say just don't be afraid to try new things.
Excellent. Lois?
Just enjoy it, like just go through the motions, like just do it, like every activity.
Okay, Ellie.
Obviously, like try new things. Don't hold yourself back. Just go for it, because we only like get this opportunity to do it once. So you may as well just make the most out of your experience.
Okay, Lewis. Any lows about your experience at NCS?
Could have just interacted with more people. Like we made a big like group of like friendship, so could have brought more people in. Like spoke to more people. That's probably about it.
Okay. Any lows? On the trip? You can be honest.
For me, it was just the food. I think I just missed mum's cooking and dad's cooking, and I was just not used to other people's cooking. So.
Okay, Brooklyn.
I definitely agree with Menashe. The food wasn't what we're used to, I'd say. But it kind of makes you realise, like, when you do come home, things that you've missed.
And Ellie, any lows?
I don't know. I think having 8 people to a room was a bit too much.
Okay.
People start to get on my nerves a bit. Maybe see people's true colours more when you're sharing time with them.
Okay. Anything anyone would like to add?
I think overall it is a really good experience. You make new friends, you learn new skills, and you kind of learn new things which you can use later in life.
Okay. Menashe?
No, I haven't got anything on to say.
That's it.
I just think I've got a lot of memories from this experience for later life that I can share with other people.
Excellent. Well done. Okay, you've just got back from NCS. What did you learn, Maria?
I learned about the importance of working as a team with people that you just meet. It was quite hard, but then you learn that it's quite a valuable skill to have that you need in order to get a good job and stuff.
Okay. About you, George, what did you learn?
How to encourage people instead of just leaving them out. You need to encourage people so that you actually get involved and then they feel part of a team instead of being out by themselves.
Okay, so you've got mainly teamwork, how to encourage people.
Communication is really
Yes.
important because you have to communicate with your team members.
Right. And Mark?
I learned that you need a lot of patience when working with people who you don't particularly know, because I didn't know any of this lot and they really infuriate me at times. So you need patience, especially when working in a team as well.
And I can see you being honest, so that's another quality that you've learned. Okay. Leo?
I've learned that you need to break your boundaries to do stuff you'd never do before.
Okay.
You need a leader to lead the team, and to succeed you need sometimes some other people to be leaders.
You've all sort of given me examples of some great skills and qualities which you've developed. Now, start with you now. How would you use those skills, or one of those skills, to integrate and become a national citizen?
Basically, if you want to own your own business, you need to be a leader and you need to organise your staff well.
Okay, so great leadership skills, you need all great organisational skills. Tell me, how would you become a national citizen?
Or go back to the breaking boundaries. If you're making an idea, if you think outside the box, something never been seen or done before.
No, I'm just...
Move on. There you go.
Be confused about national.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're thinking about national citizen, you're thinking about role model in your community, yeah? A positive person, what can you give back to society, yeah? You're interacting with, your community, society as a whole, working with people, all right? So that basically is a national citizenship. So it's thinking about, positive actions, what you can do to enable people perhaps to overcome fears and increase and develop their skills such as you have. Okay? So that's what I mean.
Right.
So,
charity work and stuff like that.
So how would you become one? Just thinking about some of the fantastic skills that you've all, mentioned.
I think charity work's an obvious path to go down, because you're giving back to society and people. Some people are not as fortunate as we are. I think it's important to help others.
Okay. Same question to you. How would you become a national citizen?
I don't actually know. I don't know how to answer this question.
Well, how would you use the skills then? I mean...
How would you use communication to be a national citizen?
By talking to people and socialising with people that you have to socialise with.
Okay, so would you step out, you've talked about stepping out your boundaries, so apart from, you know, your life, obviously at home, within this college, would you think about working with a charity or working to provide a service for young people who are more disadvantaged perhaps than yourself? Would you use those? Is that something you do? Would you, George?
I think I would, but linking everything back to encouragement, you need to encourage people in the local community. Say, if you're working disabled kids, you need to encourage them, because obviously they probably don't have a high self-esteem because of the disability. So you need to encourage them so they can get through things and get like full potential out of them.
Excellent. Well, and those are some of the, you know, the qualities and skills that you can be thinking about if you're going to, you know, be able to put your hand up and say, yes, you know, I'm using these to become a national citizen, role model to people who are probably less fortunate than yourselves. Maria?
I was going to say, linking with what George said, like say with disabled children or something, you would need to encourage them, but then you would need to work together and communicate, work as a team to be able to encourage them to do that. It's no good encouraging without using other skills to help push it and get more benefit out of it than just using one skill.
So what skills did you develop? What in terms of it, did you have any fears conquered?
I had a little bit of a fear of heights.
Okay.
So I got encouraged to do like the high, the descender.
Yes.
Stuff like that. So I overcome it.
And were your teammates part of this sort of positive kind of encouragement?
Yeah, it was all positive.
Okay. What did you overcome? Any skills you developed as a result?
I had a big fear of heights as well.
Okay.
And I managed to overcome that because everything was basically up in the air, wasn't it? Like,
right.
And yeah, through encouragement of the team here, managed to overcome that.
Okay. Emma?
I don't really have a problem with heights, I just don't like being blindfolded, because I don't like, I hate darkness, I don't like not being able to see, and the first activity we did was, what was it? Nightline. You had to be blindfolded and then led by the person in front of you.
Okay.
That was horrible.
So when one does that, what sort of skills will you need to kind of develop to be able to overcome or to be part of that game? Communication. Teamwork. What else? What qualities? Trust. Yeah, because if you can't see, what you're doing is in the hands of the next person. Okay, and you participated in that as well.
Yeah.
All right, and did you find that's what you
hated it.
You did. Okay. What from the minute that the blindfold went on?
I just don't like not being able to see.
Very fearsome. George?
I think I built my social skills and pushing myself to like my limit, because I actually do have a really, really bad fear of heights.
Yeah.
And with social, like meeting new people, I don't feel as confident. Or going on this trip, like working in a team with people I basically didn't know.
Yeah.
I pushed myself to the limits and actually like made friends and socialised a lot more with people that I wouldn't associate around with the college. So I built up on my social skills.
Excellent. Maria?
I'll say I've learned to trust people more. I'll say at first it takes me a while to trust people, but then doing stuff like the nightlife and that, you kind of get no choice but to. So yeah, I'll say I've learned to trust people more.
Excellent. Any lows? I'll start with Maria.
Food. No, I didn't really have that many, to be honest. I don't think I had any.
Okay.
I think it was all fairly positive trip.
Excellent. George, any lows?
I'll be truthful, it was a bit disappointing arriving, seeing the place and seeing about 100 kids there. Because we go in there as a 16-year-old and with people older than me, you'd think it'd be more like for like a mature place, but it was just full of kids, and at first we got treated like kids, like doing shout outs. And I think even if they are they need to be adaptable to have it to older people, and they just weren't really doing it at first, so that was a bit of a disappointment for me.
Okay.
But except from that, it was okay.
Okay. I think the same, because we got treated like 2-year-olds there. And obviously we're in college now, we don't want to be treated like we're 2.
But did that treatment change over the 3 days?
A little
Yeah,
bit,
once they
yeah.
realised.
Stop doing shout-outs.
Okay. Emma?
Probably what Marie said, the food was just a massive letdown. Like it looked really good, didn't it? And then it just tasted of nothing. Like, this one time we had meatballs, didn't we, for lunch, and they were so dry. And then the pasta, the spaghetti was stuck together, so you needed more sauce. And you had barely any sauce, about 5, and they were turkey meatballs, weren't they?
And they didn't give you much when you asked for more food.
It was kids' portions. So
Because they were catering for kids.
Yeah, and if we went out and done 5 activities and we come back for dinner, we're going to be so hungry.
Yeah, energy levels are really low.
They didn't really adapt to it.
Okay.
The food was the worst part by a mile. The beds weren't very comfortable. Maybe that's just me being picky, and I didn't like how some of the activities we were promised, maybe like quad biking was one little quad bike going like 2 miles an hour.
In a figure of 8.
Yeah, so that was a bit disappointing. And stuff like archery, I was looking forward to that, but we didn't even do it.
Yeah, I think we missed out on some of the best activities. There was this one which was like, I saw at the end, and it had like a zip line. It was longer than the actual zip line that we done, and it had like an obstacle course like high up, and that was the best one.
So clearly in life, I mean, we've learnt those highs and lows. So how do you think you can overcome any low or disappointments? How would you sum that up?
With encouragement from like your group and your friends.
Because we know things aren't going to be 100% perfect in life, and yeah, these activities maybe could have been a bit more improved from what you say, but just like also realise in society, this is what happens. It's not always going to be, rosy. And I'm not making any excuses because I didn't go, but it's just realising that, from the workplace to any social life things, you will get a disappointment.
To be fair, it weren't the college's fault.
No.
So, from that perspective, I wasn't annoyed or anything like that. It was more just, we were promised this from the place and they didn't give what they promised, kind of thing. I think that's why everyone was more annoyed more than anything. Personally.
But on the flip side, you all came back safe. Yeah, there we go. Do your assignment.
Don't remind me.
But thank you. Okay, you've just come back from your NCS trip. So Jovan, what did you learn from that?
I learned how to work well with a team. I learned how to communicate with new people I didn't know.
Okay.
And I found it good when we had to work together. So,
Okay, so teamwork and communication were good. Seems to be the sort of key skills that you've developed.
Yeah.
What did you do, Toyan, in order to develop some of those skills? What did you actually do? What activities?
Climbing. We done climbing, and I faced fears with other people. So obviously, when, for example, my teammate, if I didn't want to do something, they would say, "Come, let's do it," and then I'd do it as well with them.
Okay, so you overcame some of your fears around that, and through encouragement from your teammates, that's how you developed some. What did you develop? What skills did you develop?
So communication skills and helping people that have different needs than other people. So if they can't overcome something, helping them overcome the obstacle, and learning yourself it's about helping other people and achieving more.
Okay, I like that. Learning among people and achieving more. Mark?
It was more teamwork and more of everyone's in the same situation, so why not just go through it all together and don't be so negative towards the activities you're doing. That's what I got out of it mostly.
Yeah, I learned how to conquer my fears. More about team working and I think better communication skills.
Okay, so you've given me a good range of different types of skills and qualities that you've developed. Now, how do you think you would use yours, Jovan, to become a national citizen in the community? team?
Well, because I learned how to work with new people, I could use that to apply it to what I want to do. So yeah, it would be more easier. Because before, but if I didn't go on the NCS trip, then I'll be kind of bored. But now I've learned how to work with new people. I'll be interesting to work with and just to be a better citizen.
Okay. And you, Toyan, how would you use your skills to become?
I'd use my skills as being a leader and with communication, because as I can communicate better now, as from the NCS trip, now being a leadership to the people, which make it better, make it easier.
Okay.
I'm now like more experienced with people I don't know, so that means I've gained new skills and know more things about people. So that means when you go into a job or a further education, you can actually like start speaking to people without the fear of actually getting to know them, and you can just go straight in.
Okay, Mark?
Yeah, mine's more being able to speak to different types of people. Like elderly people, you wouldn't talk to them how your friend, you would talk to your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, just overall talking to people in different types of ways.
And Brandon?
Yeah, I think it might improve my place in, say, like Melbourne roles. Say complete a finisher, for example. I think I'd be good at that.
Great. So, any lows about this trip?
About what the trip itself, like what it contained. I think personally.
Anything overall?
Overall, I think lots of people complained about like the services they provided. So like maybe the rooms maybe weren't adequate standard, and maybe the food wasn't.
All that, the rooms and the food.
Yeah.
Toya?
Yeah, I just really didn't like the food.
Okay.
The food, I just didn't like it.
Yeah, the food wasn't good standards, and one thing I noticed were the cups.
The what, sir?
The cups where you get your drink from.
Okay.
They'll be all just modelled up, and some would be dirty, and which wasn't really hygienic. So.
I just wish it'd be a little bit more business orientated.
Okay.
Because it's a business trip. I know they're working on team building and that.
Yeah.
But just a bit more overall business. Maybe like a project to do while we're there or something like that. So.
I think it could have done with more team working stuff, because in my opinion, a lot of the activities that we were doing were mainly like solo or duo sort of things, and it didn't really. And most of the time, you had a partner, but they were doing their own thing while you were trying to do the activity as best as you could, just like they were.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Now, okay, you've just got back from your NCS trip. What skills did you develop, Alice?
Leadership skills, being able to communicate with people I didn't communicate before, and teamwork.
Okay. You, Liam?
I got along with a lot of people, learned good communication skills, good teamwork skills, and good relationships with people I didn't know.
Okay. Connie?
I learnt to get on with people that I didn't really know that well, and I built up new relationships with people, like working together with people that I wouldn't normally work with.
Lucianne?
I learned motivational skills and not to be so judgmental.
Okay. Morgan?
I just learnt teamwork and skills and meeting new people.
Okay. Now, talk me through some of the activities you learnt, Morgan, which enabled you to develop teamwork or learn teamwork skills. What activities were there?
The team challenge, where we had to figure out loads of different tasks, and we had to do that as a team, couldn't do it by yourself.
Okay. What about yourself, Lucianne? Do you remember some of the activities you did?
Rock climbing, where we all cheered each other on.
Okay, so that was signs of encouragement as well. Honey?
Like when we was on the big swing, we had to build each other up.
Right. Was it in terms of what? What skills did you need for that?
Strength.
Okay. Liam?
The problem solving was a good one.
Where like you had little activities, like say like there would be 2 planks of wood, we had all try and fit them on, or like the tyres, it was all like teamwork thing made out of little things, and everyone had to put in their opinion to be able to complete it.
And
I was going to say problem solving as well, because we had to work as a team to sort of put all our minds together to figure out how to do the activity.
You've all talked about a variety of skills that you developed when you were there. How can you use those skills now to put back into society so you can become a national citizen, so a role model within your community?
Because we had to communicate and socialise with people that we didn't know, it's easier for us to do that in the community, because we have to chat to people we don't know.
Excellent.
And so on and so on.
Right. How would you use those skills so that you can
I'd say we was in lesson and that, and like, we need help with something.
Yeah.
When I'd talk to people, if then people are busy, or teachers are busy, we could talk to people we didn't really know as much, but we do now because of the trip, and they could maybe help us.
Okay.
I find it easier to talk to new people in a situation where I have to, because like on the trip we had to talk to loads of people that we didn't know anyway.
So it's about being more confident in, to be able to approach people. Lucianne?
I learned they get further if you work as a team.
Okay. And Morgan?
Basically the same reason as Alice, like you have to talk to people you don't know. That's it.
Any lows about the trip, Morgan?
Everything.
Give me one.
The food.
The food, okay.
And it was cold.
The food was cold?
No, everything.
Oh,
everything.
it was
The
chilly
weather
down
was
there.
cold, the food was
Had you not
rubbish.
prepared, brought all your waterproof gear then?
Yeah,
You were
but
told
it was
it was
still
cold.
cold.
Okay.
The food was rubbish.
Lows that you identified, Lucianne?
Yeah, drama.
Drama?
Some people weren't as nice as other people.
Okay, okay. Well, you know what, part of society is about different personalities, and I suppose it's a way of you managing those different personalities, even though you might not find them particularly positive. Yeah, and again, maybe it's something to think about, all of you, because there are going to be people you don't like, but to be professional, yeah, you're going to have to just overcome that and work with them. Yeah, but again, it's something that you will have to manage yourselves. But I totally accept, you know, stuff happens and drama happens. Connie? Lows?
Everyone was really stressed, so I put it down on the trip.
Okay.
Like towards the end, everyone was just
Was it a
really
result of
aggy.
the activities and being together
Yeah.
for so long?
Especially at bedtime.
Yeah.
Especially Alex, he was getting really stressed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every night.
So what did Alex do to overcome that? Or did anyone go to him and sort of talk to him?
We got punished.
Yeah.
You got punished?
We got sent to bed
early.
Okay.
So,
Interesting, but again, it's just realising that, you know, things happen, and it's about how perhaps you as a team could have worked better. Perhaps, I don't know, I'm not saying it was anyone's fault, but life gets in the way at times.
Starvation.
Yeah. What's that?
Starvation.
So that goes back to the food, is it?
Yeah, like I ate most things, but that was just, I don't know, BTEC cooking. My belly was talking to me all day. Horrible. Like I wanted to eat, but I just couldn't. Like, I just have to get a lump of bread for breakfast or something. Yeah.
No exaggeration.
I asked Tom and that.
They got strapped. Tom got 3 meatballs.
Wow.
And the chicken was pink.
Yeah.
It was
Dry
raw.
meatballs, though.
Raw to Ross.
Careful, Alice, language. So your low was including the food and anything else?
No, I'd say definitely the food, but like people were unnecessarily rude for no reason.
And they didn't know you.
When you say people, was it part of NCS?
Yeah, but no, not part of NCS, but people that come to North Hearts.
Well,
Right.
18 years of age and should be mature.
Right, okay.
Quote, my education costs more than your house. No, it really
And making
doesn't.
tweets.
Something we need to be thinking about then, because obviously we're collecting this for Alex, but thank you very much. Okay, you've all come back from NCS, so if I start with you, Kurt, what skills did you develop while you were on your SCS?
Mainly communication and teamwork.
Okay, communication and teamwork. What activities do you feel that you could have developed your communication and teamwork skills?
Problem solving, because we had to work together to get into the order of birthdays, and height, I think it was.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got some numerical kind of questions there around and just sort of observations as well. Okay, any skills that you developed?
For how to use social media to like put photos and stuff up. That's pretty good.
Okay, and then one of those hard skills which we know are going forward in terms of increasing increasing the use of digital technology. Okay, so social media. What about you, Isabel?
I learned mostly communication skills and teamwork again.
Okay, so we've got communication skills, teamwork skills, problem solving IT. Kai?
Teamwork, yeah.
Teamwork, okay. Jack?
Like participation, so having to get involved in everything linked with the teamwork, because without your participation there wasn't any teamwork.
Okay. Ludi?
I'd go with probably the social network
Okay.
and the teamwork as well.
Okay, so what actual activities were there for you to develop these skills? Elaborate a bit. So how did you develop your teamwork skills? What did you do?
Well, we learned to communicate, which wasn't
Through what?
best at first.
What did you do?
We done the problem solving one.
Which was?
We had 3 different poles, and there was tyres from big one to the small one, and we had to move them all back in order to the other one.
Okay.
And there was certain limits on there. Like you couldn't put a big one and a small one, stuff like that.
Okay, so Kurt, were you part of this?
Yeah.
So how did you find that activity then? Was it easy? Was it not?
I didn't really do much in that one.
You didn't do much, why not?
I just didn't know what to do.
Okay, so how did you find out what to do then?
I listened.
You listened, okay, so again some qualities there in terms of listening. What about you, Joseph?
Well, we started and then we started again.
Okay.
We got it wrong.
Why did you start again?
Because we got it wrong.
How did you know you got it wrong?
Because we weren't able to put the 5 at the bottom of the other pole without moving the 1, and yeah, I don't know.
So as a team, who realised that it was going wrong?
I think we all realised.
All of us.
Yeah.
We kind of didn't really.
She was turning out when she repeated. You've got to remember that the first one is going to be at the top constantly, so it needs to be at the bottom, and then from there, we managed a bit better.
Yeah, and then they told us that 1 can go over anything, so that sort of helped us.
Okay. So what challenges did you face, Kai?
What, problem solving?
Anything, not necessarily problem solving, but anything in terms of the activities.
What about 3Gs?
Yeah, the 3G swing.
The which one?
3Gs.
Which was?
Basically, we had to. Basically, 2 people were on a swing, and the rest of us had to pull like a string, a rope, to get them higher. And then there was a blue one, yellow one, and a red one. And then the red one was the highest one.
Okay.
And then yeah, we had to pull them until we got to each stage. And then the person at the top pulled the lever, and then it swam.
It worked.
Yeah, probably.
Jack, obviously listening to your teammates sort of share the skills that were developed.
Yeah.
The skills that you developed, how do you think you'd use them to become a national citizen?
What in terms of our social action project?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, we had to organise the social action project in the first place, so using the teamwork and the communication skills gained from the Kingswood trip.
Okay.
I can then put them into organising our social action plan within the team.
Okay. Do you want to add to that? How would you use those skills to become a national citizen? You can use the social action project, you can use the community as a whole. How are you going to get involved? And I'll ask everyone this question.
I haven't thought ahead yet. I'm not sure yet. I think I need some time to put a good action plan on there.
Okay, I'll accept that. Kurt, how will you use the skills you develop to be, you know, a national citizen, a good national citizen in society? Yet to think, yet to plan, yet to consider. Joseph?
It can give you a good reference.
Excellent.
So in any future job, you can have that there with you, so to use.
Fantastic, because you've got some examples here. And when you think about jobs that you apply for, it's competency based.
Yeah,
so
you
you talk
need,
about
like,
teamwork.
You need skills for it as well, which we learnt how to communicate as a team. And teamwork is a skill as well, and leadership as well.
Done. Excellent.
I think we can like you have to like make friends. Like most of us didn't know each other before, and now like we can work together as a team. So like we can take that to like workplace and stuff like that.
Excellent, because it's all about relationship management as well. Is it?
I don't know.
Okay, well, something to think about, because I know, I'm putting you on the spot here.
Yeah.
Kai.
Working in a team, it makes you more confident. So,
So how are you going to link that into you doing something for society, becoming a role model?
you can like go out to people, ask them stuff. Yeah.
Does anyone here do volunteer work?
No.
So again, it's probably something to think about, in terms of your not-for-profit work that should you choose to do. Because again, fantastic way of gaining skills and experience. Perhaps, financial aspect is limited, but at the same time, you're working through. So because your actual goal is to be able to gather those skills that you will find beneficial in society. Any lows, Ludi? I will start with Ludi. Any lows?
On the trip?
As a result of participating in this?
Oh, well, in the participating, probably not. I mean, not all the members of the team would always go on it.
Yeah, that's true.
So that made us look not really well, really.
Okay.
Because, I don't know, we would, like some of the things, if you needed to be 8, but because 2 of them didn't want to do it, we couldn't do everything that was there.
Right, so that was quite limiting. Jack, any lows on the trip?
Yeah, the food wasn't adequate enough. But again, following on from Ludi's point, a lot of the activities were for an hour and 10 minutes.
Right.
But say only 4 or 5 people would actually participate in the activity, and there's only so many times you can go on it before you get tired. So cut the fun short.
Okay. So, Carl, how do you think you could have enabled greater participation amongst your team members?
Encouragement.
We encouraged.
Well, we tried.
Yeah, we did try.
Well, we tried, but they didn't listen. Some of them were saying that they were scared of heights. I said, face your fears, but they didn't listen.
Right, so again, you're trying to be positive with them, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's a case of realising that there are limits to how much encouragement you can give.
They didn't really want to leave their comfort zone, but it
This
wasn't.
is it.
But that's what it was about.
Exactly.
Okay. So what sort of things do you think, looking back, could you have done any better?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Like people that were scared of heights, I don't know who, but people that were they could have tried it, and
I tried.
because I was scared of heights before, and now I jumped off. I don't know how tall that thing was.
15, 20 metres.
Yeah, I jumped off that, and I was not scared.
I think if we went with a more positive mindset, the whole experience would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
I feel like we went there thinking it was going to be horrible. It was a miserable day. It was miserable weather while we were there, which doesn't help the mood. So
It didn't help either that the place wasn't really adapted for us.
What do you mean by that, Lucy?
Well, everything, apparently you've been missold on the quad bikes, for example, and it was about this size. Yeah.
And
Stuff like that.
the ages of people there were mostly 10-year-olds there.
I mean,
Yeah, we felt
we
a
were
little
allowed
bit.
to do some activities because it was
Yeah.
16 and under.
We were
too old.
Obviously, we're 16 and above.
So again, putting the mis-selling, the marketing aside, bearing in mind that you're going to have to integrate in society with a diverse range of people, young, older, maturer, skilled, less skilled, do you think it's something that you could have overcome eventually? Or were your expectations very high in as much that you thought, right, I'm going for it, and you forgot to think about the little people? Did you have any control over that? Or your beliefs, your own thoughts or attitudes towards them?
I reckon we couldn't do anything like we wanted to do because of the little kids.
So you were really restricted?
Like, if we had our phone out, they'll say, put it away because of the little kids. And
Okay, so lots of issues around that.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
We were supposed to tweet this whole day, so we couldn't tweet if we didn't have our phones, which was a bit silly.
Okay, thank you. Oh, anything you'd like to add?
Improvements.
Yeah.
Improvements.
Do you want to suggest one?
Food.
Yeah, the food to give us energy.
Bigger portions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actual food.
Divide like the place up for 16 and above and 16 and under.
That's a good suggestion.
Yeah.
I have like different like plans for their the teachers, like because some of them could be a bit like patronising because they're like taught to teach 7-year-olds.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
And then they were teaching 18-year-olds. It was like, you know, it could
Right, so it's
It was he actually said to me, he said, oh, I felt awkward because we were like the same age.
He was 18 as well.
Right.
So.
And they need to have like our rooms somewhere else,
Yeah,
like somewhere,
I was
because
about to say
we had to go to bed at like 10 because all like the little kids were underneath us, and we were like.
We had to stop the noise at 9.
Yeah.
And
Can
bed
you go
at
in the
10.
corridor, can we?
So a lot of it is around logistics in terms
Yeah.
of, you know, location, where your accommodation is, young people.
Yeah.
But overall, did you have a good time?
Yeah. It was alright, yeah.
I'll go in.
Oh.
Okay, you've just got back from your NCS trip, so I'm just going to ask you a few questions. But Bilal, what did you learn?
One thing I took away and learned from the NCS trip is that it's important to bond with people that we don't normally bond with, and there's a lot of opportunities to interact with people I don't normally speak with. I think it's really important to expand our friend group.
Okay, just hooking on to those opportunities you said that gave you the chance to bond. What were some of the activities that you did, Connor, which enabled these skills to happen for you?
The team challenge was a good one for getting to know people, and also the problem solving, because we got to know everyone's like age and how old they are, and we had to get them moved around on the logs and get to know each other in that way. Yeah.
Okay, so Joe, what did you learn?
Well, just to add on to what they said, really. I think before I went on the trip, I wasn't really comfortable to like say what I wanted and in class, and I think obviously going to this trip and like making some really good friends, I feel comfortable, and I think that I'll be able to pass my course a lot easier now that I don't know, comfortable in my surroundings.
Okay, interesting.
I meant that was from the heart. I felt it.
Is it?
Yeah.
What did you learn?
I learned to come over fears and like get over fears. I think like most things were okay, but then I got to the descendant thing, and I think like with your teamwork, like everyone helping you and encouragement, I think it just helped you like to get over your fears and help.
Definitely, because I wouldn't have done any of the activities if I didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
Right, explain the descendant.
It was just a massive pole that you had to climb up, then you
Right.
stood on like a tiny little platform at the top and you had to jump. And then, but that was it. And then, but it's just when you're up there, just standing over, looking over things, it was scary. Then you have like your teammates down there going, go, and then it's fine.
Okay, because in society you're going to have to use particular qualities in order obviously to get through life. So Bilal, how would you use some of those skills or qualities you developed in your trek or in your quest to become a national citizen? So a great role model for society.
Well, a key skill that I picked up is leadership, and I feel that leadership can be implemented in our business work lives. It can basically help us be a bit more confident when working in a team and approaching new people. And when you want to start a new project and stuff, you can just speak to anybody confidently, and that's quite important.
Okay, Connor, how do you think the skills that you've achieved can help you to become a national citizen?
Well, working in a team full of people that I didn't know, because I didn't know anyone in our team when we started, but by the time I got to the end of the week I was comfortable working with them and talking to them in different situations about different things, so yeah, that'll help me in like business terms when I'm working with people I don't know, which will happen quite a lot.
Okay, so you use your teamwork skills.
Yeah.
Any different skills, Joe?
No, it's the same really. I wasn't really confident, and now that I'm confident, I think I'll be able to talk to people and say how I feel about things and what ways we could do this. And I think everyone in our business course, which I found out, was everyone was really understanding and everyone listened to each other. They never like took the mick out of each other, because obviously with my old school, a lot of people were really immature, and I think maturity levels are so different at this college.
Right.
And I just think it's a completely different environment for me, which is a lot better personally.
Okay, and is it?
I think not only like teamwork and all that, I think communication skills as well. Because I think we've learned to talk to each other more, and like even though we didn't know each other's names and blah blah, we just found it out and got along with it. And I think when we're doing like the team building thing and all that, like you just started talking to each other no matter like if you didn't know them or not, you just like got over your like uncomfortable feel or whatever and just started talking to each other and I was really good.
Because what's coming out of here is communications, teamwork, confidence.
Yeah, because before we went on this trip, I generally didn't know anyone apart from 2 boys.
I think like walking
I came
around,
back, I know them now.
yeah, walking around college before, like you'd walk around and keep yourself to yourself, but like we've walked in today and everyone's been like hi, and we've got things to reminisce on. So like we've been talking to each other and now we've got like a little bond between like everyone here really.
I didn't know you or you.
No.
I know.
There you go. So, with positive things which are positive always comes the lows.
Yeah.
Give me one low.
Food.
Bilal.
The food wasn't to the best standard at the trip.
Okay.
But we ate.
Always tell it in reasons.
We ate, we
like
were
that.
alive. That's pretty much it.
Thank you for that, Bilal. Connor.
Yeah, the food, none of it had any flavour. The chicken wasn't cooked, but and some of the instructors, they were quite patronising when they were talking to, because obviously they're used to dealing with
Yeah, that's
kids.
what I was just going to say.
Yeah. And some of the activities weren't really tailored for people of our age group, so they got very boring very quickly, especially because we were doing it for like over an hour each one. So yeah.
Yeah, they seem to get really impatient with us, like because obviously they're used to singing songs and chanting and stuff. These kids, and we didn't want to do that, but they didn't have a backup plan. So what they do is they just start moaning at us, and then half the teachers walked off, didn't they? And then our teachers had to actually do it. Like Tom was the one, like in the campfire.
Yeah.
They had nothing to do, so Tom stood up and decided to do it, which was really fun actually.
Yeah. I think all the activities were really fun, but then there was orienteering, and I think it was really bad. It wasn't like the activity could have been good, but it was the way they taught it to us and told us what to do. They sort of just gave us a map and like off you go. There was no good communication skills there.
Yeah, like they put coordinates around the whole of the park, and half of them weren't even there, were they?
Yeah.
We had 9 letters to find, and we
It was
found
just
3.
a bit disorganised.
Yeah. All of them apparently had been stolen.
So obviously you had 3 days just in a setting which wasn't perfect, but it was different.
Yeah, I liked it though.
But do you have any appreciation now of the society in which we live, that things aren't always going to be perfect, and you can moan and groan till the cows come home? I think you as a person have to realise how you can turn that into a positive.
Yeah, just get on with it.
Bilal gave a great response in terms food weren't there, but you ate.
Yeah.
And that I think is an approach you might have to deal with within NHC obviously, but just beyond that and realising things aren't going to be perfect all the time, but having those skills and qualities to kind of turn that around and think, right, this is where we are, let's just deal with it. Alright, but you came back safe, which I'm really You've got my assignment to produce. That's great.
I've got law assignment for Friday.
Would you like to add anything to what you have said?
I was going to say that although all the activities and stuff I didn't really enjoy, I did have quite a lot of fun on the trip because I met new people and my room.
I learned to appreciate the teachers a lot more as well.
Yeah,
because obviously to be honest, the first 2 days I didn't really get along with them because I thought that they were just giving up on us. But then obviously I learned to realise that it wasn't really their fault and they were actually looking for our best intentions. So I feel a lot closer to the teachers as well, definitely.
Excellent. Woo! No, we'll just talk. This will be edited, so don't worry. So, but it will be individually.
Okay.
I'll ask. So, can't remember your name.
Hello.
Right, you've all come back from NCS trip. So, what did you learn, Hedda?
I learned that I can challenge myself to do things I'm not comfortable with.
Okay, and what activities tested that kind of skill that you weren't comfortable with?
I had to climb up this big log and then we were on a seesaw and I couldn't balance properly and I sort of faced my fears.
Okay.
As well.
Excellent, thank you. Manny?
I brought back leadership, so I was trying to tell these guys what to do. Sometimes they didn't listen, but still told them to do it, so that's what I kind of brought back.
Okay, so you brought back leadership. Did you nominate yourself to lead, or was it a case of
It was
you
more
had to
natural
take
thing.
turns?
Like, no one really nominated, so I just
Step
when we
forward.
were doing a blindfold challenge, so we had to put a blindfold on for about an hour. Was it an hour? So I was telling people to stop walking because you could still hear all the footsteps.
Okay.
I learned teamwork, being able to work as a team, be able to support each other as a team, to listen to other people's ideas to get things done, not necessarily in the way that you would do it, and be able to like support each other when they found something a challenge, so
Right.
be able to help each other do each activity.
Okay, thank you.
Sort of like teamwork and working with others, because I normally just stick to going with people I know, and I got put in a group with no one I knew, and like all my other friends got put in with people they knew, so I was like, oh, it's not really fair. But then I went into my group and actually started to get to know all of them, and I'm actually glad that I was in a group with people I didn't know than actually in a group with people I did.
Okay, so you've all identified a couple of skills and qualities that you've developed. How will you use those skills now to sort of integrate into society and become a national citizen, a role model?
Well, I'm going to do things I was scared of doing before.
Like what?
I don't know, I could run to be, I don't know, anything crazy that I didn't think of doing before. Like just taking the challenge that you were always scared of doing something, so you might as well just do it and try, and if you fail, it's not a problem, I guess.
Well done.
Taking leadership into account,
Yeah.
probably do, so the event we're doing now, I could probably lead that.
Okay.
Make sure it's a success.
Okay.
Being able to help other people in the community, so obviously if you help people, encourage people, that might not benefit yourself, but it'll benefit other people. So.
Okay, so you're going wider in terms of community work. Yasmin?
Just prove what I proved to myself about working with others, that everyone's equal, everyone's the same, you shouldn't just stick with the same people really, and get like other people to realise that they can make new friends and they can meet new people and they don't just have to stick to what they know.
So beautiful.
So, any lows about this?
Yeah, I've got loads.
I'll have one low, please, Yasmin.
What about the trip? Yes. The food.
Okay.
I think we all agree with that, the food is
we all say the food.
Okay. Anything else? Was the activities what you expected?
I didn't really like the bed as well, to be honest.
Okay, so again, those are the facilities, right?
The activities were fun, but I think if we did it during summer, it would be 10 times better.
Yeah, because my favourite one was the Jacob's Ladder, but we struggled
it was
because
so
it was so
wet.
wet and slippy. Like
Right.
I was getting quite angry because I just wanted to get to the top and I just couldn't because it was so slippery. And I had wellies on as well, so it was slippery on my feet and my hands.
Okay, Manny?
How do I say it? They kept treating us like children, so obviously they were like fine. The instructors.
Okay.
So like before every activity they would make us do a shout out. And we as young adults, we were just like, no, we're not doing this. We were thinking we're too cool for it, which we were.
Okay.
But yeah, we just didn't like being treated as children. Like being told you have to go to bed at this time, you have to wake up at this time. That's why I don't like it.
But isn't that just testament to society? You're going to be treated in a way that you don't expect. You're going to be asked to do things you don't want to do. And it's a way of finding skills to manage that as best you can.
But there's a line that you have to draw that when you're at an age, you should actually be treated at that age.
Accordingly, okay.
Yeah. So you shouldn't, like, I'm 18, you shouldn't be treated as a 6-year-old.
I think.
Okay. So do you think that had something to do with the skills, perhaps, of these instructors?
Yeah, they were taught to train 9-year-olds.
Yeah, I think what was worse as well is that we actually, because there were so many children there as well, we saw that they were getting treated the same as us. So when you're watching it, like they're going to talk to them the same as they're talking to us, it's so different. Like if they was talking to us, we wouldn't find it as bad if there wasn't children there, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
But because there was loads of children there, we could see how they was being spoken to as well, and was getting spoken to exactly the same way.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
And Alex is fishy. Is that video now?
Yes.
Good evening.
So, hello.
Hello.
Give me your names, please.
Gary.
Yep.
Drew.
Yep.
Will.
Okay, you've all just come back from your NCS trip. So, Gary, what did you learn? What skills did you sort of develop in terms of that?
I think I've taken away some improved teamwork skills, communication skills, and I think they're the main two that I've taken away from the trip.
Okay, thank you.
I've learned good communication skills and talking to people who I wouldn't necessarily speak to.
So you met new people
Yeah.
in terms of that. Drew?
Just being generally nice.
Okay.
Just
in what
talking
way?
to some people that you haven't met or you don't really want to meet, but they seem fine.
Okay. So, thinking about some of those skills, what activities did you do which enabled you to strengthen those skills? So you mentioned teamwork.
Yeah, one of the activities that stretched all the skills was the crate stacking activity.
Okay, crate
That's
stacking.
where you had to, on a road, to build some crates, and the person on the road had to stand on top of them. And everyone kind of worked together, so it kind of made sure we used all them skills.
Okay. What about
the team challenge and problem solving needed a lot of communication to do it effectively.
Okay, Drew?
I agree with Will. Because the team challenge, you had to get the whole of the team on like a rack.
How many people were in your team then?
12,
Okay.
including
people.
Sarah.
11 including.
Including,
Yeah.
right.
So you were all laying down flat on some tyres,
Yeah.
and you had to get one person across every one of them on the way out. But you've got to
Tyres
go
above
above each other, so it's quite difficult, quite strenuous.
Tyres above you as well.
Tyres above you as well.
So it's like this.
Yeah,
It was difficult, but we did it.
Okay. So just thinking about some of those skills you developed then, how will you use those, I'll start with you, to become a positive national citizen within the community?
Well, I think building on the communication and teamwork skills will enable us to use teamwork within our group to carry out our NCS project in the area and have a positive impact on the community when we're doing it. Really.
Okay. Well, how will those skills that you've just identified help you? How will you use those to become a positive national citizen?
Well, the communication skills, you can go out to the public and speak to them and find out what they like or what they want or opinions or stuff like that.
Okay. Drew?
Being a nice all-rounded person, really. Someone looks a bit down, why not go say hello? It's
Do
not
you
gonna
think
hurt.
you will actually go up to a stranger and ask them how they are?
If they look a bit down, I think so, yeah. If you're going to ask them a question, then it's nice to introduce yourself, because that'd be a bit weird. But I think so, yeah. Why not?
And fine,
We need to become a tighter community, don't we? So
yeah, true.
Edit that out.
Totally agree. So, just to finish off, were there any lows? If so, what were they for you?
Sorry, say that again.
Any lows?
Well, the only low really was the food because it was just terrible. But other than that, I think it was an all-round positive experience.
Okay.
Yeah, the food was just disgusting. Can I scrap that? The food was just disgusting.
Okay.
Other than that, it was a very good, fun experience. Had more fun than I thought I was going to.
Right. Okay, Andrew.
Beds could have been nicer.
Okay.
Could have.
Right.
Because otherwise, if you didn't get your sleep, you're not ready up for the morning. And that's what we did find with quite a few people.
Yeah.
They weren't getting up in the morning
You're
because
so tired.
because you couldn't sleep because it was about this thin. You could sleep on the floor, it was better.
Hungry.
Yeah, I think the food and the beds together.
Because it was the energy and the tiredness.
All
and-
links in, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it's not good, but never mind.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Great. Okay, you've just got back from your NCS trip. So, what did you learn? What did you learn from your trip?
I learned how to work as a team.
Okay.
With more people that I didn't know.
Also how to encourage people and motivate people.
Communication within the team, making sure that we work together.
Okay.
I learned that when you've got a fear and you face it, it's not actually as bad as you think it is once you've done it.
Okay. So going back to you now, Lily, what activities or what activity enabled you to develop some of those skills?
Probably the problem solving.
Okay, what was that? Describe that to me.
There was things where we had to get tyres from one pole to another, but the small tyres had to be on top of the big ones and the big ones couldn't go on top of the small ones, and we had to work as a team to figure it out.
Okay. Olushay, what activity enabled you to develop some of those skills you've mentioned?
I I think also problem solving. Because like everyone had to put in what they had to do. Yeah, so.
Okay. Chloe?
Probably problem solving as well. Because we all had different roles and we had to work together to make sure we got it done within time.
What was your role, Chloe?
Just helping and coming up with ideas.
Okay. Was it part of the Belbin team roles?
Sorry?
The what?
Don't worry about that, okay. It's just a methodology of teamwork, okay. What was yours?
I'd say anything with heights because I have a fear of heights. So anything like the 3G swing, like the seesaw in the air, abseiling or rock climbing. I had to face through on all of them. So they're all a challenge, really.
Okay, so you identified a few skills that you've all developed, you know, which are innate to you. How will you use those skills to become a positive national citizen, you know, a good role model with your community, here or within NHC or outside?
I feel more comfortable working with people that I didn't know, whereas before I wouldn't really want to do that, but after the NCS trip I wouldn't mind.
Okay. Olashay, how would you use those skills?
I'd probably like encourage other people to like, even if it's wrong, like just give an idea, like, have a say in what you feel.
Okay, so it's being able to put your views forward in a comfortable way, knowing that it might be challenged, perhaps. Okay, Chloe?
Communicating with people, making sure that if there's something to do, like making that communication so a team or something doesn't fail.
Okay, and Abby?
I think it will, like, because I had to face fears, any fear that I come across will make me a more positive person now because it won't be as much of a fear. Like whether it's talking to new people or sharing ideas, I'll find that easier now.
Okay. So in terms of any lows, what do you have? Did you have any while you were on your trip?
No, negatives.
Yeah.
Early starts.
The activities.
Early starts, okay. Any, whatever, it could be activity, it could be skills, it could be
the food wasn't great.
I wasn't really feeling the food. It wasn't too nice.
No.
Okay.
So that made me feel like tired when I was doing activities.
Right, so that had that physical
much.
effect on you because you're doing all the activities, you expect to at least be, you know, eat sensibly, but that wasn't there for you.
Also, I think because we were like the only older people there, it made us feel a bit silly and out of place. So if there was more older people, then it would have been better.
The activities as well, because the activities were sort of speaking to some of the staff, and they said that it was the first college group to have there, and also the activities were sort of 6 to 12-year-olds, not really 16 and above.
Right, so it wasn't your age appropriate.
Yeah, like the campfire was quite immature.
Okay, no, it wasn't Camp Rock style then?
No, it was that sing Tarzan song.
Okay. But I mean, surely there must be something to be gained from this whole trip, really. Because I've just seen the way you were all interacting out there, and you wouldn't have done that 2 weeks ago. In my view, I don't know, you might have different ones, and that's fine. Would you like to add anything to what you said?
No.
No?
No.